Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is a science presentation. This is for grade 8 English medium students. Now we are in second term and I'm going to explain about the 6th unit of your subject magnet. You all have learnt about the magnet in grade 6 also. Let's revise the lesson first. Magnetic material. You all have known what do you mean by the magnetic material. It's a material that attract with the magnet. Here you can see some of the pins are attracted with the magnet. So you have clear idea pin is also one of the magnetic material. So there are some other examples also. Here nickel knife, cobalt coin, steel spoon, iron nail and some steel paper clips and so on. Now next move to the opposite of the magnetic material, that is non-magnetic material. The opposite idea is this: the materials that do not attract with the magnet. For an example, paper, glass, plastic, rubber and those things, and you all have know some of other ideas such as polythene, those things. Now let's move to the another part, the types of magnet. In grade 6 you may have been given some of the magnets and identified: the bar magnet, U magnet, ring magnet, horseshoe magnet, tabular magnet. Those are classified based on the shapes. In this diagram it can be clearly seen. Now let's move to the another important part, the poles. What do you mean by poles? Here in a magnet, can you tell, is the magnetic power is always similar in all areas? The answer should be no. In some of the areas of the magnet, the magnetic power is more, that is concentrated. That area is called as poles. Here you can see in the edge, the more iron fillings are attracted. So here magnetic power is concentrated. The next diagrams also it can be clearly seen. All the pins are attracted at the edge of the magnet. So poles means you have clear idea. Now there are two types of poles, that means two poles, North Pole, South Pole. Always North Pole is indicated by red color, South Pole is indicated by blue color. Yes, furthermore, let's talk about like poles, unlike poles, or similar poles and dissimilar poles. What do you mean by like poles? Like poles means same poles. For an example, north and north, south and south. Unlike poles means north and south or south and north. Now tell me, what happened if the two unlike poles are brought together? They will attract. And if the like poles are brought together, they repel. You can see in the diagrams of the laws of magnet. So now let's move to the identification of the magnetic poles. Okay, now you are given a unlabeled magnet and they are telling you to identify the poles. How will you do? Yes, there are some methods. Let's talk about one by one. The first one is by using a compass. Have you ever seen the compass? Here, this is a diagram of a compass. It is an instrument used to identify the direction, and it is simply made by a needle in the magnet and a pin in a cork. If you keep a magnet and it will show north and south direction like this. So you can identify the direction too in using the compass and also identify the magnetic poles. Now by hanging the magnet. Here this is the method we are going to do. Here hang the unlabeled magnet and always the north pole will be towards the north direction and south pole will be always toward the south direction. So you can easily identify the north pole and the south pole. Continuously, let's move to the third point, by attraction or repulsion method. That means similarly the unlabeled magnet is hanged in the thread and you are bringing one of the pole. If that pole is attracted with that pole, that is maybe which one? That is, yes, that is a dissimilar poles. So if it is repelled, that's a similar pole. So you can identify whether they are south or north. Now let's move to the another important one, magnetic field. What do you mean by magnetic field? Here, if you keep a paper and filled with the iron fillings and keep a magnet there, you can see like this. If you do the practical, you can see this one. So this indicates the magnetic power that is spread among the magnet. Here it can be indicated by this imaginary line. That line is called as magnetic field lines. This will be we further explain in upper classes. Now let's move to the geomagnetism. Have you ever thought when you keep a compass why the needle always indicate north and the south direction? Yes, that is because of geomagnetism. That is, the magnetic field exists near the earth. The reason is the existence of a large magnetic field around the earth through north and south poles. Now, let's move to the types of magnet. Already I have told magnets are classified into bar magnet, ring magnet, those things based on the shapes. Now they are going to be classified based on the magnetic power period. That means if the power is lasted for the short period of time, that's temporary magnet. If the power is lasted for the long period of time, that is permanent magnet. Now we are going to learn about how to construct the permanent magnet. There are two methods, electrical method, contact method. In this one, in the electrical method, you can see the diagram very clearly. There is a pin, it is not magnetized. What they are doing is they are coiling the nail with the wire and that is connected to the cell. Now the power is supplied continuously for the several times. After some time, the nail is magnetized. So you can tell that the pin is magnetized by the which method? That is electrical method. Now let's move to the contact method. That is the steel bar is magnetized by touching method. The magnet is rubbed around the steel bar in the circular manner so that the steel bar will be magnetized. Now tell me, if you are storing a magnet for the long period of time, will the magnetic power remain for the long period? Never. They will be lost because of some reasons like this: aging, using for the long period of time, high temperature, heating, strong magnetic field and subjected to vibration. When you put down, the magnetic power will be lost easily. So that's why in the science lab also the magnets are protected by the soft iron plates. Okay, now I think this is the grade 8 lessons about the magnet. The further details will be explained in the upper classes. So thank you very much for your concentration and listening to my presentation. Thank you very much and goodbye.